Today we are going to be talking about a stock that has already absolutely exploded over the last year, and that stock is Palantir. In this video, we are going to take a look at their most recent announcement, break down why the stock continues to cause so much argument, and bring in what Wall Street is saying right now, and then go over what it would actually take for Palantir to reach what Wall Street expects. If you enjoy the video, drop a like down below, and if you want to see more content like this one, make sure to subscribe. Palantir is one of those names that has turned into a full-blown battleground stock. It is the kind of company people either love or absolutely cannot stand, and that alone tells you just how much attention it is getting. The stock is currently trading around 129.89 with a market cap of around 334.1 and a forward PE around 146, which tells you this is not a sleepy value stock by any stretch of imagination. That is a market favorite, a debate magnet, and one of the most closely watched AI names in the entire market right now. And what makes Palantir so interesting is that the business is not just about one product or customer or niche. One thing that stands out most to me about Palantir is how much of the company's growth is being driven by the US side of the business. That matters because when people talk about Palantir, they often focus on the big dramatic narrative around government contracts and defense, but the commercial side is growing fast enough to be part of the real story too. Reuters noted that the US remains the center of the company's business and that the company's US government segment sells data analytics and AI software to defense and intelligence agencies, while its US commercial business helps corporations integrate data and automate operational decisions. That is important because it suggests Palantir is not just winning headlines, it is also winning customers. Again, currently, the company has continued to lean hard in the idea that artificial intelligence is not a fad, but a massive industrial shift. In fact, Reuters reported that Palantir's Maven AI system is set to become an official program of record for the Pentagon, which is a big sign that detail matters because it moves the discussion from hype to actual operational use. It is one thing to talk about AI in a presentation. It is another thing entirely to become part of a formal defense program that can keep running for years. And here's where the things get really interesting. Which brings me to one of the core questions. What would have to happen for Palantir to justify a move like this? The first thing is obvious. The company right now needs to keep delivering growth that looks almost unbelievable by normal software standards. Right now, Palantir is already doing that to a degree with revenue up 85% year-over-year in Q1 2026 and management guiding to another strong full-year setup. But for the stock to keep compounding a pace that could eventually justify a trillion-plus valuation, it cannot just grow fast once. It has to keep doing it quarter after quarter, year after year, while maintaining margins, expanding into commercial accounts, and proving that the AI demand is durable rather than temporary. This is a very high bar, and the latest results suggest the company is trying to meet it head-on. Now let me talk about the CEO side of this, because Alex Karp has done a very good job of keeping the company's identity sharp. The company's investor material and Reuters coverage both point to a business that wants to sit at the center of the AI and data workflow conversation, especially in environments where speed, security, and real-world outcomes matter. Palantir's latest guidance and its defense-linked workload suggest management believes the company's software is not optional, it is infrastructure. That is a powerful pitch because infrastructure leads and tends to get paid even when companies slow down elsewhere. And one of the reasons the stock gets such a massive premium is because the application set is so broad. Now, let me talk about Wall Street piece because it is where the 2026 Analyst forecast gets really important. On MarketBeat's Palantir forecast page, the stock currently shows a consensus rating of moderate buy based on 31 analyst ratings. Out of those 31 analysts, 2 rate it a sell, 10 rate it a hold, 17 rate it a buy, and 2 rate it a strong buy. That tells you the street is not exactly treating Palantir like a broken story. Even at this valuation, a lot of analysts still think the stock has room to work higher. The bigger number that jumps off the page is the consensus price target. If you are benefiting from this video so far, please like, share, and subscribe. MarketBeat shows an average 12-month target of 192.76, which represents about 47.95% upside from the current price shown on the page. The highest target listed is 255, while the lowest is 90. So even though Palantir is already expensive, the analyst community is still basically saying, yes, the stock is rich, but the story may still have legs. That is exactly the kind of setup that keeps this name in the spotlight every single day. And this is the part that really keeps investors split. The bulls look at the growth, the retention, the cash, the margins, and the AI strategy and say the stock still has runway. The bears look at the valuation and say the stock is already discounting a lot of future success. MarketBeat's 2026 forecast page sort of captures the tension perfectly, because the consensus is not screaming buy at any price, but is also not flashing panic either. It is more like a market saying, we see the upside, but we know this is expensive. That is a very Palantir way to be viewed. Now, what makes the stock even more compelling is that the company also raised its fiscal 2026 revenue outlook to between 7.65 to 7.66 billion, up from prior expectations of 7.18 billion to 7.20 billion. That is a big step up in guidance, and it is one of those clearest reasons the bull case has stayed alive. When a company with Palantir's valuation still keeps raising the bar, it changes the conversation from can they grow to how long can they keep growing like this. That's a much better problem for bulls to have. And the thing I want to point out is the margin profile, because Palantir is not just growing, it is growing with a level of operating leverage that makes the story more believable. In Q1 2026, adjusted operating income was reported at $984 million. Now, one of the biggest questions investors keep asking is whether the current valuation can ever be justified by the future. This is where the dream scenarios come in. Could Palantir eventually become a very big company? Could it go beyond where it is now? Could it become one of the defining AI infrastructure names of the decade? Those are the kinds of questions people ask when a company keeps delivering huge numbers and keeps getting compared to the most important software platforms in the market. The honest answer is that it is possible, but the bar is extremely high. It would require many more years of very strong execution, very strong commercial adaptation, and a market that continues rewarding growth at almost any price. What are your thoughts? Let me know what you think, and remember to make God first in whatever you do. Please like, share, and subscribe.